Hi everyone, this is Nafish. Today I'm going to go over some of the key items of SmartSheet dashboards. Okay, so we would like to know how can we create a dashboard and attach our sheet summary data to it, then cross sheet data to it. How can we have report plots or charts into the dashboard? We can create some links into the dashboard, and whenever we click the link, we can go to some specific item. Then we can have images and text into the dashboard as well, and also we can change the background of the dashboard. Okay, so I have a demo right here. So this is the dashboard I created from this UK job change data. And this is the free data available in Tableau. You can just do a Google search and you can find this data. Okay. So basically from the data sheet, I have created this dashboard in SmartSheet. Okay. And you can see like this is an image. Okay. So I have inserted an image, then text. Okay. So this is obviously the today's date. And you can have different images, and different text if you want. Then we have some shortcut links right here. Okay, so basically these links going to take us to the specific files. Okay, and obviously we have the title in the middle, and this data we have gotten from a sheet summary. Okay, and we'll come to it like what is a sheet summary. Okay, we have a cross sheet data right here, and this is also a cross sheet data, basically same data sheet but represented in different way. Okay, and we have a report. So basically from the data we generated a report, and from the report we have plotted this bar chart in the dashboard. Okay, so basically the origin of all these plots is this raw data. Okay, so from this raw data we generated all these things like this summary, then cross sheet and report. Okay, and as I mentioned here, I'll also go over how can we link some items in dashboard. Okay, we can insert image, text, and how can we change the background of this dashboard. Okay, so let's get it started. And before we get it started, just wanted to show you, we have this workspace, and obviously you can right click on that and create new workspace. I already created a workspace right here and named it to UK jobs change. Okay, and as I mentioned, the data I have here, you know this is the data sheet, and around I have like 304 items. Okay, it's not a huge data set. Okay, so basically try to interpret what we have in the data. Okay, this data is available online, so you can get it there, but I will just start from creating a sheet summary from this data. So sheet summary is nothing but from this data we'll apply some equations and we will get some numbers out of it. Okay, so let's get started. So you see the sign right here, this is called summary. Click on that and then new field. So we have to, whatever equation we are going to apply, we just need to give it a name. Okay, let's say the summary field, let's say job change rate. Okay, so press OK. So this is the name. Now here I will apply an equation. So equal sign, then max, and obviously I'm going to take the max from this job change rate, right? So basically I'm going to get the maximum number. So click on any cell and we just need to select the entire column. So the way you can select the entire column is erasing this number. Okay, so one backspace, then have a column, then select any other cell and erase the number again. So you see the whole column is selected now. Now close the rounded bracket, okay, and press enter. So this is the job change rate. Okay, so you can see I just applied a similar equation in Excel, in a Smartsheet, right? And I got this number. Okay, so in that way you can apply many more equation and get a summary among all this data right here. So let's have another field. So new field. Let's say I would like to know is how many cities we have here. So let me see. You see cities in the country UK, right? So total how many cities we have in this survey. Okay, and also you can see like some of the names are repeating, right? So you want to have the distinct values, right? The distinct cities. So new field and then cities, and it's okay, and then here equal sign, then count. Okay, we would like to have a count of the total cities, but we would also like to have that distinct values, right? Not the repeating one, just one distinct value. So after count you write distinct, and then you select any cell and do as we did before, erasing the number and select any cell, because I have to do the whole column selection. And now you have to close this parenthesis twice, right? One for count, one for distinct. Press enter. So we have total 16 series. Now create another field and let's go a little bit harder equation. Okay, so let's say we would like to know change rate and press OK. Now here you would like to know the city with max job change rate. So first you need to know where the max number, or what's the max number, right? So equals and max. I'm going backward. Okay, this is a complicated equation, so I'm just selecting this cell, and obviously we are going to looking for this number 1.687. So I'm selecting this cell and then any other cell, oops, I have to put colon and then any other cell and then erase the number. So the whole column is selected. Okay, so we got the same number. We got the max job change rate, right? Now we would like to know the city which is having this. Okay, so we need to know the index of this number. Index is like where this number is occurring in this column. Okay, so you see this 20 here, right? So and this value is this side, this one. So the index of this value is 20. Okay, so we need to find the index, and once we get the index we can get the corresponding value from this city column. Okay, so the way you can get the index is using match. So match and have a parenthesis. Okay, and then right here at the end you need to define um, the, you can see here as well, okay, where you are looking for this max value. So here you are finding the max value, this column, right? And also you are looking for the index in this same column. Okay, so I'll just select this one and select any cell. Okay, so basically the total column is selected again and then close it. Okay, and just make sure the parentheses are correct because I'm missing one, so to have another one and press enter. So obviously I did some mistake here, right? So that's why it's unparsable. So let's look into the mistake. So first of all, just make sure the parenthesis is correct. Okay, so I have one here, one here. Okay, so one is already closed, the max is already closed here, so I have one extra here, so just erase that one, press enter. So 247, so 247 is the index where the maximum value is occurring. Okay, now, and we want to know the name of the city. Okay, so 247, let's look into the value 247 right here, Nottingham Derby right here. So here the max value, you can see the max value is right here. Okay, and you would like to know the name of the city. So we already know the index 247, right? Match function. So max is giving the maximum value and match is giving where the maximum value is occurring. Now you do an index function. So index, then first parenthesis. Now where you would like to look for, like where, which column you're going to get the answer from, right? So you just select the city column. Okay, erase the number because you want to do the total column selection. You select it again. Okay, erase the number and then you put a comma here. Okay, so you have the index right here. Here from you're getting the answer, and this match and this max function is giving you where the maximum value of the index occurring. Okay, so only one thing is remaining here. I have to close this bracket at the end. Okay, and you see Nottingham Derby, so we got that value. So I will just save it. Okay, and I go back here. I would like to create the desktop, sorry, dashboard. So you create, click right click, click dashboard. Okay, and let's say UK job data dashboard. Okay, you name the dashboard and I will just erase these two. Okay, because we don't need this. So I open this dashboard and then get started. Okay, first of all we need to have a title. I click on the title and let's say UK job change dashboard. Okay, and basically I'm just doing a fill right here. Okay, and make it a little bigger. And also I'd like to add two more widgets. One is you can see image. Okay, and then select the image from your computer. I select in that one and I have all these images right here. I will just select this smart sheet. Okay, logo, and then I will do a fill. Okay, and then I'll make it a little smaller, and you can also have margin, you know, like this, and save it. So I have it like this, but this doesn't look good, right? Because I have to have the title in the middle. So this go in the left, and you know it's very much interactive, right? And let's say let's make it a little bigger, okay, like this. Now let's have a couple more things. Click on the widget, add widget, and here you need to have the metric. Okay, so we just created a summary data, right? So add the data. Okay, UK job change. Click on that, and basically you have to click this summary data right here. Okay, because grid data is the raw data and summary data is what we have created. So you click on the summary data and now you can have everything popping up, or you know, you can just select whatever summary you would like to display. So for me, I would like to display everything, so I press OK right here. So I have it, and let's have this title moved into the middle. Okay, like this. You can make it a little bigger. Let's have it 14. Okay, and have a fill of this color right here, maybe a little bit darker, this one. And now you can interchange these things. So the meaning is, click on that, and let's say this one you want to move it up, you can move it up, or you can move the cities up. You can just put the cities up, and you can also change it, the name. So cd, let's say I would like to have cd count, okay, rather than whatever name we given previously. Okay, so change that one. Okay, So you can see you can move it up and down, and also you can have different positions set here. So I'm having side by side. Okay, so I have it right here. Now I would like to make it a little bit short and then put it right somewhere here. Okay, I'm not good at this, but hopefully you guys can do better than me. Okay, so I have this from the sheet summary. Now let's have another widget and then shortcut. Okay, so I think I clicked twice, so I'll just delete once, and then here you can add shortcut. Okay, so oops, so you add shortcut, and let's say Smartsheet items, and then you go to the job change data, and I have added the raw data right here. Okay, so I'll just say raw data file. Okay, and again I'll just select that color, and then I save it. Now once we save it, just try to have it like side by side. So I'll just move it a little bit here, put it here, and make it a little bit short like this. Okay, also you can add rich text. Okay, so let's say our dashboard. Okay, and you can make it like a big one. Okay, like 32. Okay, and let's say we are making a dashboard. Okay, something like that. So you can have any sort of text. Okay, so I'm not going to have it right now, I'm just deleting this, but you can also add text here. Okay, so for now we are good. I'm just saving it. Okay, and this link it's going to take you to the raw data file right here. Okay, so I'll just move back. Okay, so now let's create a cross sheet. Okay, cross sheet is nothing but just simply a sheet. So you right click on this empty space and select grid, and let's rename it to cross sheet. Okay, so basically I have right now only one sheet of data. Okay, so if you have multiple sheets of data, basically you can create a cross sheet and have some table or summary of data. Okay, I'll just show you how you can do that. So clicking on this newly generated cross sheet. Okay, and let's say I want to rename this column. Okay, so let's say top 3 cities with max job change rate. Okay, and just copying the end part of it, press okay, and the second column is going to be the top 3 max job change rate. Okay, so here you can see I'm looking for the maximum, not only the max job change rate. Okay, I'm looking for the top 3 values. Okay, and we don't have any data here, but we are going to fetch the data from another sheet. Okay, so the way you can do it is double click on that and then equal sign. Okay, now you need to put an equation, and you can use this large function. So what it does is it's going to give you the largest value. Okay, so and here it's asking for whether you want to reference it to another sheet. Okay, so click on that, and we have the data right here, right? Job change data. So if you have like other file name or multiple files, you can just direct it to which file you want to get the data from. We have the data, and I'm looking for this job change rate, right? The last one. So insert reference. So it's going to evaluate that column. Okay, and going to give us, you see the condition here. So if I have 1 here, it's going to give us the max, the topmost value of the job change rate. If I have 2, it's going to give us the second topmost, and 3 the third topmost. Okay, so we're looking for the first one here, so I'm just having that. Okay, now I'm going to copy it 2 more times, so 1 and 2, and here, and now here if you double click here, if I'm looking for the third value, I'll just press 3. Okay, and enter. Here I'm looking for the second value, right? So I have 2 and enter. So we got the top, second topmost, and the third value. Okay, from that max job change rate column. Now we would also like to know the top 3 cities where these numbers are taking place. Okay, so we can use the index and match in this case. So it's going to be a little bit complicated equation. So but I think I already explained this equation how it works. So you have equal sign and then index, write down index. Okay, and then the first parenthesis. Now it's asking you to reference another sheet, right? You do that, and you need to reference like which column you're going to get the answer from. So you want to know the name of the city, right? So you insert that one. Okay, after that there is a comma, and then you do the match. So what match is going to give you is like the index, like where the condition is occurring, and our condition is we want to know large, and then another bracket or parenthesis, and then reference it. Okay, so basically our condition is the max value occurring in this job change rate column. So insert the reference. So we have that one, right? So after the curly braces, okay, have a comma and 1. Okay, so if you look into this condition here, we are looking for the topmost value, right? The number 1 value, right? And what match is going to do in this pink parenthesis is going to give you the corresponding index number where that is happening, and this one, this index is going to return you the value of that index number from another column, which is the, in this case, the reference was for the city column. Okay, so we have everything here. So press enter. It says incorrect, so probably something is wrong, so we'll just check it out. Okay, and I can see what is wrong. So you have this index reference, right, and you have the reference of this large data, like where from you are looking for the largest value, right, but you don't have the reference for the match, so you have to do that. Okay, and that is just after this bracket. Okay, after you are done with this selecting the largest value, have a comma, and now reference another sheet, and basically you are looking for the index at the same column, so select that one, right, and you are done. So press it, you see you got this value. Okay, so this is the city where the maximum job change rate happening. Okay, this is the number. Now you copy it two more time. Okay, and double click on that. Now let's say our condition is we're looking for the second most value, right? So you have, instead of 1 you have 2. Okay, so Brighton. Now here you can have 3. Okay, so have 3. So Birmingham. So save it. So we got the top 3 cities with the top job change rate, right? So I go one step backwards and open up this dashboard. Okay, now here go to edit, and you can insert the data in 2 ways. Okay, one is like, you can create a chart. So I press on chart and then add the data, and I go to our file right here, cross sheet. You can see the icon, right? You can select only this sort of data. Okay, although there are other files in this specific folder. Now you select this one. Okay, and okay. So this is the way the data is coming up, but we want to have a bar plot. Okay, you can see we have a bar plot, and now you can just stretch it a bit, and also you can do different things. Rather than having all columns, you have these two selected. Okay, and then you go to the title if you want to show the title, or if you do not want to show the title, you can fix that. And if you double click on that, you can keep the title in the middle. Okay, and let's say I want to have top 3 cities. Okay, something like that, and make it bigger like this. Okay, now also you have the option of legending. You can go to series, and you can just allow show labels if you want to show the values. Okay, if you want to change the color, double click on that and come here. You can have a different color, double click on this one. You can change the color. You can do all sorts of things. Okay, you can also do x and y axis, or horizontal and vertical axis names, and showing tick marks. Here if you want to have a title, you can just do that. Let's say vertical axis, let's say job change cities. Okay, just putting something there, so you can see it's popping up right here. Okay, so I'm done with this. So you can have different sort of plots. You double click on that and you see, rather than bar plot, you can have a scatter, pie, column, all these things. Okay, I will just move into the next one right here and have another widget added. And here, rather than having a chart, let's have a metric. Add data. So we're going to have the same data but as a matrix. So select the data. Okay, and sorry, we are looking for the cross sheet, right? So not the raw data, right? So we have to select this file. And once the file is there, you just select this column and this column and press OK. Okay, so that data is right here, but let's say you can see some of the things are repeating. For example, like I'll just cross this one first, and you see right here, let's say you don't need this one, top 3 max change, right? So you just come here and delete that. Okay, so let's say here, you don't need to the column label, you don't need that, just delete that one. So, and also this change will not reflect in the in your cross sheet. It will only reflect right here. Okay, so like this. Okay, then here as well, just delete this one. Okay, let's say this column name right here, you can just erase this one, also erase this one, erase this one. So you have the option to customize a bit. Okay, right here, and let's say I want to have it in the middle like this. And also these values here, you can move it up and down as I showed before, but also I would like to have, I am done here, so I'll just close it and then double click on that one. So you can see you can have it stacked or side by side like this. So I want to have it stacked. Okay, like this, and then save it. Okay, so the same data represented into different ways. And also another thing I would like to share, like you go to edit and you go here in the dashboard theme. You can have different dashboard themes. You can set it up here. So I'm just selecting one from here and save it. Okay, so I'm having a black background, but you can change it. Okay, so I'm done here. Now the last thing I would like to show is how can we write a report. So you right click on this and you can see this report icon right here. Click on that. Let's say dashboard report. Okay, just giving it some name, and raw report. Then this is the icon. Clicking on that, now you have to if you have multiple sheets, you can bring multiple sheets here in the report. I have only one sheet, so I'm just selecting that one, okay, which is the job change rate. But make sure, like, if you have multiple sheets, all the sheet name the column names in the sheet are same, okay. So now it gives you the luxury to select what you want. So in the raw data file we have multiple columns, right? But here we can just select, like, for example, I don't need this sheet name, okay. I just want to have these cd names, okay, and I don't want to have these jobs in 2011 and 2014 data, just the industry and job change rate, okay. Next, then it's going to ask you some other stuff like this filter. We're going to do it later, okay. So just say apply. So now you see, in report you have the option to just select the columns you are looking for, okay. Now there are more in reports, okay. You can do some filtering here as well. So go on the filter, and let's say I want to do the set the filtering based on this job change rate right here. So I click on this filter and select the field. So let's say I'm looking for this job change rate, okay. And you see different items here greater than. So let's say I'm looking for the number to be greater than 0.0203, okay. I'm just putting something, so, and then save it. So now you see I have 127 entries. Now if I increase the value 0.3, hit OK, you can see I'm down to 22 cities only. Some of the cities are repeating here, okay. So these are not like distinct cities, okay. But anyways, you can do the filtering right here. You can add another condition if you want, okay, based on that, okay. Like if you have multiple other columns, so this is the first filter criteria, and then you can have another criteria on that. Now let's move into the grouping, okay, and summarize and sort. So sort is like, if you want to sort, you just click on that, and based on this job rate, so if you want to have the maximum value at the top, you just select descending, okay. So that max value will just pop up in the top, okay. You can also do like ascending, then the lowest value will be on the top, okay. Now this grouping here, right here, right? So you can see already, like, we can do some grouping because we have some common names right here with multiple entries, right? So let's say group by the name of the column is primary. So select that one and hit OK. So you see this individual cities are grouped right here like this, okay. So if you do not want that, you can just cut it out, and and also I want to name this to cities rather than primary. So have cities right here. Primary column you can't delete, but you can change the name, okay. So next we can do a summarize, okay. So maybe I would like to have a grouping not on based on the city, but rather than based on the industry. So I click industry and then okay. So now you can see it makes more sense. You have the industry, and then you have numbers from different cities, okay. So, and here if you go to the summary, and okay, if you click on the summary, you can do some stats or maths. So let's say job change rate, and would like to do some average on the job change rate, okay. So clicked average and hit okay. So you see, based on these two numbers, we're having an average of this particular job field or industry name, okay. Same here, electricity, gas, you are having an average. This field also, summing up and having an average, right? And it's going to be helpful to show it in the dashboard. So I'm just saving it. You can organize it in other ways. If you have more columns, there are a lot of other options. You can have more than one field. Like you can have summary here, and you can have another summary. You can having a group, and you can have another group. Okay, you can see right here. So I go back, and we want to have this data displayed in this dashboard. So I go edit, and then this widget, add widget, and let's say I want to display that data as a chart. So add data, and then you see from report. I click on the report. Okay, so here is the data. I press OK, and I need to extend the plot a bit, like this. Okay, so here is our data. Now let's say I would like to have it as a bar, not as a column. So you can have this, and rather than all columns, let's say I want to have cities and job change. I'll just take out the all columns, okay. And you can also switch rows and columns. In that way, it will just go move up here. But I would like to keep it as it is, okay. Now this title, we have this one here in the title. We can make it a little bigger. Let's say 20, okay, and put it in the middle like this, okay. You can also change it. Let's say our report data, okay. So I just change the title, okay. And also I can change this color, as I think I can also show the labels. I can change the colors if you want, like these, okay. And also you can have legends right now. If you can have without any legends like this, or you can have this legend in the top. This is the top job change rate, right? Let's say I want to have it on the bottom. It will just show up here, okay. So for now I'll just save it, and you see I have created this dashboard. Now, one thing I would like to show, you can also add links to all these charts. So I'll double click on that. Okay, and if you go to the very bottom widget we have here, and here, if you just say open a Smartsheet item, so basically we're directing the link, and I want to direct this report. Okay, and then save it. So what this is going to do, whenever you are looking into this data, you click on this, you will be taking to this, going to this report. Okay, and also, whenever their report is changing, the numbers will show up here. Any data changes, the numbers will be displayed here. Okay, for example, if you see our CD count is 16 right here. Okay, so if I go to the data right here and I go to the summary, now in this here I have equation, right? So I will just erase that equation. Okay, and let's say I want to have 200. Okay, and press enter and save it. Go back here, you see city count 200. So basically, any change you go and do in this data files, that will be reflected in this dashboard. Okay, so hope you guys understand or learn something from here. Take care. Bye.